move to the section of the show that we call the information action ratio.
The information action ratio is the place to go.
Mardy Bum is the 9th track on whatever people say I am. That's what I'm not. Coming in at 2 minutes and 55 seconds with 277.6 million streams on Spotify, taking us right back up there. We haven't seen high numbers like that since Dance Floor. The song is 112 beats per minute and is in the key of D major. Other key tracks in D major are Love Story by Arctic Monkeys' 7th consecutive #1 album, Cockblocker, Taylor Swift. I'm not bitter. Do you want this album? No? Well, I'm forcing it on you anyway. Yes, it's iTunes Rapists U2 with or without you. Without you, preferably, Bono. And Alex Turner's Living Fantasy, The Strokes with Reptilia are also in D major. Mardy Bum has been played live 214 times. Firstly at Barfly Glasgow on March 4th, 2005. And lastly on September 28th, 2018 at Metro Radio Arena Newcastle, or as it's now known, New Saudi Arabia. I jest. It was a stripped back a cappella version that they performed. They also played it at the previous gig a week earlier in Sheffield, where frequently mentioned by us, poet John Cooper Clarke introduced the band with a reading of I Wanna Be Yours. Mahalia Birkmar, born 1st of May 1998, known mononymously as Mahalia. Incidentally, mononymously is my new favourite word after reading that. Mahalia is a British-Jamaican singer, songwriter, and actress. She has released several EPs and 2 albums, Diary of Me in 2016, Love and Compromise 2019, and she also acted in the film Brotherhood 2016. And she also had a go at this classic.
And laugh and joke around. Remember, cuddles in the kitchen, yes, to get things off the ground. And it was a pup and away. But it's the right song to remember that on a day like today when you're argumentative and you got the face of.
Good effort, Mahalia. I quite like that. It's nice, isn't it? Nice little,
Yeah.
I like it when she does there's a bit when she gets a bit expressive with her hands. I like that. She sings it, yeah. Good stuff, Mahalia. Fans with kids will be pleased to hear, of which I was actually contacted by one this week. Shout out to Vibes Life Us, who did us a very nice share on their to their 14,000 plus Instagram followers. We'll be referring back to them in our wrap-up cast, though. But they'll be pleased to hear there's a YouTube channel called Twinkle Twinkle Little Rockstar that create lullaby versions of different bands. And here's their Mardy Bum. Probably not the best thing to play when we're both like just trying to keep it together, is it?
Yeah, I'm struggling.
But nice little that. They've got a lot of different bands on their YouTube channel as well, but we will be referring back to that for future tracks. Even England cricketer Joe Root got on the Mardy Bum cover train playing the ditty on a bloody ukulele. Oh, good effort. Good try. Yeah, good job. I don't know anything about cricket. I don't know who he is, but it seemed like he might be famous enough for people to know who he is. So the song was also featured on BBC drama The A Word in 2016, a show about a young boy diagnosed with autism who loves listening to music. And here's a clip.
Wszystko będzie w porządku.
Jokes around. Remember cuddles in the kitchen, yeah, to get things off the ground. And it was
Mike, in the music off.
Joe.
It's very hard to remember that day like today your argument today when you got your face on.
Sorry, he's upset. He likes to sing. He was wandering down the road. We take him back to his parents.
You know, autism or not, that's how I expect everyone to react when someone tells them to turn Arctic Monkeys off. Just no, put it back on, and then just cover your ears and start singing it until they relent. That's what I do every time. Seems a bit sinister, that clip, doesn't it? I looked at the rest, and it does have a banging soundtrack actually, including
It's a good
dance
show
floor as well. Yeah. I bet that's a clip that we get copyrighted for out of all the ones. It's always the BBC one.
Yeah.
A campaign is underway to save 25 words or phrases identified as being on the brink of extinction by the British Library following analysis of regional papers and social media posts, reported The Guardian. Campaign advisor Johnny Robinson, good Robinson, the British Library's lead curator for spoken English, argued the provincial words are part of group bonding and our sense of identity. Robinson believes such words can be brought into the mainstream and pointed out that the Sheffield phrase Mardy, which features on the list, had been the title of a hit song by Arctic Monkeys. Here are 10 other words on the must-save list. I was just wondering if, as I go through them, whether you'll know any of them. Blatherskite. Ever heard that before? That's a term from Durham meaning gossip. Old Dutch. Anything there? That's a colloquialism for a wife or female partner. Old Dutch is a shortened version of Duchess that has been traced back to around 1720. So there you go. Flenched. Flenched. It's an old Scottish term to describe weather that promises to improve but never actually does. So it flenched it. And we got scrammed up again to do the weather. This is how someone from Devon might describe being very cold. I'm scrammed up. Paddocked, a Lancashire term for being thirsty. Celt means money. Hoddydods is an Essex expression for snails, apparently. Forby is another term chiefly used in Scotland, meaning besides, not to mention, or as well. So yeah, that's there. That and Mardy are apparently, on the brink of extinction. So get using them, people. They're going the way of the dodo. Come on.
That section was just a noise.
There was a part of me that wanted to turn into a bonus round, but I thought, no, it's not going to be exciting that. But just trying to save some words, Nick. Apparently, the campaign is for podcasters to use them to kind of save them. So I thought, give a little help there to the old English language. Why not? We're a dying breeders, Nick. An article on the Mirror Online from 2013 claims, and I'm going to read it how I imagine it should be read. This is the brunette who inspired frontman Alex Turner to write one of Arctic Monkeys' most popular tracks, VIP can reveal. Hunky Alex, now the most lusted after man in pop, penned Mardy Bum after dating Jamie Glover for 2 years at school. A source close to Alex, who has rejected an advance from supermodel Kate Moss, more on that in future episodes, said Jamie was his first love and they were both heartbroken when they broke up. Petite Jamie, 19, is from the same area of Sheffield as Alex. I mean, she can't have been 19 in 2013 if Alex dated her in school, so that's nonsense. Unless he was up to something very sinister indeed at the time. But yeah, no, that's not sure if that's true, if it's about her or it's just tabloid nonsense. Probably the latter. At this point in my research, I got to page 11 when I did my Google search of Mardy Bum, and I got a notification that Safe Search was off by Google, and I knew something was awry. Some of the non-expletive words I read were stockings, hung, beauty, and unfortunately, brutal. But I won't go any further on that because it's time for some reviews.